What's up, everybody? We're back with another deck profile, and we've got the one and only, the Dark Magician Master, Raph here, max rarity. If you're broke like me, be careful. Hold on to your wallet. This is the expensive deck we got here. Without further ado, what you got for us, man?
I got Dark Magician. Not really updated. I would say December 2021. There's a lot of support coming out for this deck in Battle of Chaos. It's going to be a very fun deck. The support is nuts. Blue Eyes and Dark Magician's always getting support. The deck is not competitive. It's fairly strong. It's a nice fun around. A mess around deck. Yeah, it's pretty much fun. So I'll jump right into it. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds good, man.
I want to give a shout out to Lucky Card Pulls for the mat. You should check out his Instagram.
I'm liking it. I like it.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to Amanda LaPalme. I know. Have that little feel center right here.
Yes, I don't know if
you guys can see that, but it's a beautiful back and front Dark Magician Girl and Magi.
Nice. Matching
Dark Magician Girl is the more lucky side, so I always keep her side up. I'm gonna go right into the deck profile. Okay, I do play a 41 card deck, and let's get into it. So I know a lot of people play 2, but with the new support and all that, but I still like it at 3. I play 3 Dark Magicians.
Ghost Rares, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Dark Magician is the Mac Daddy of the deck, man. Like, you always want to see him. You always want to see him in your graveyard. Like, he is the foundation of this deck. I don't know how people are playing it at 2, but I play it at 3. Another crucial card for this deck I play 3 of. Magician's Rod.
For Dark Magician, the vanilla, does he ever break being in your hand? Is that why people play 2?
Yes and no. I do play Super Polymerization. There's a lot of cards that could get him in the graveyard if I do have him in my hand. Apprentice Illusion Magician also discards a card from effect, so I could just mill him and search.
Okay.
But this is the searcher of the deck. 3 Magician's Rod. I wouldn't have it at 2 or 1. 3 is perfect. You want to see this card all the time. Another very expensive card that's also getting reprinted in Secrets is the 3 Magician Souls. This card is extremely important to have. If you can't afford Magician Souls, I say the budget card of this would be Fusion Deployment. Fusion Deployment works just as well. The only thing you won't do with Fusion Deployment is get the draw effect. But this, I personally, this is a must. I do play 2 Apprentice Illusion Magician. I'm thinking about cutting at 1. I used to have it at 3 because this deck here is all Dragoon. Like, Dragoon is the Mac Daddy in this deck as of now on 2021 format. Once we go into 2022, I mean, when we get all the new cards, I don't even think we need Dragoon. But for now, we want to see Dragoon, so we need the effect monsters to get into Predaplant and
So will Dragoon get cut out when the new support comes out, or we'll just run both?
I would probably cut out to 1. I might even cut out altogether. Depending how the support is, there's a lot of supports and there's only so much that you can fit in one deck. This deck is a very control-heavy Dark Magician deck, and you'll see once I get into the traps. I do play the 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon for the Red Eyes Fusion. I also play, and this is also very bricky, it's up to you guys if you want to play it. I love playing it. Is the 1 of Dark Magician Girl. She's really great because Soul Servant is really great in the graveyard. You can get the +2. Also, the new spell card that I will have here is called Magician's Salvation. This card's really great. It always recycles each other, so that's why I play the 1 of. A lot of people like to not play her because she bricks. She does brick, don't get me wrong.
So her in the hand definitely does hurt.
Yeah, it does hurt, man, and it happens a lot more than you think. But I still like her at 3. I'm sorry. I still like her at 1. But yeah, so that's it for the monsters. I'm gonna go into spells now. 3 Dark Magical Circles. This card is crucial, man. This card, I see people play it at 2 as well. I just don't understand, man. This card is so good. It removes any card. Once, like, you special summon Dark Magician all the time. You can even special Dark Magician on your opponent's turn. And this is great back row removal. It's just so good. It's so good. And when you have your board set and you're controlling your opponent, this is constantly, this gets over Mystic Mind. This gets over Skill Drain. Well, I mean, Skill Drain really won't hurt this deck, but it just hurts a lot of back row decks. I'm going to play 3 Soul Servants. Also, really great card. It searches anything you want. Put it on top of your deck, and it gives you a +2 if you have the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl in your graveyard.
So for Magician's Rod, what's your target typically? Normal summon?
If I summon Rod, if I don't already have Circle, Circle's my first priority. And second used to be Eternal Soul, but now that we have so many things to search for Eternal Soul, I really go for the Soul Servant. Turn.
So normal summon Rod, then get Circle, or get this and Circles in your hand. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I also main deck Super Polymerization. Very good card, very good disruption, turn 1 and turn 2. I used to main deck this card, but now I side deck it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to put it in the decks. I don't want you guys to get you confused, but I used to main deck Secret Village of the Spellcasters, but it's only good turn 1. And it's kind of like a dead card if you are turn 2 because your opponent has already set their boards. So Super Polymerization is good turn 1 and is good turn 2, and it's just really disruptive. I love it. So it gets out of Dragoon, just really shuts down dark decks. Yeah, really great card that I main deck 2. I mean, main deck 3. Another card that I main deck 2 that I see a lot of Dark Magicians don't really play is Piercing of the Darkness.
This card is so good.
I think it's so good, man. Like, people don't like it because you can't search it. It is. You have to get lucky and draw it. But when you do, oh my god, I've won lots of duels with this deck.
I've taken L's for not reading this card. It's like a sea stealth. It turned into Abramat.
Yeah, this card is so good, man. If you open it, oh my gosh, it's so good. Not only is your Dark Magician gains the attack, anything that you make as far as ritual, XZs, fusions, it all has that effect that it gains the attack.
You're playing against the deck, read this card.
It's so good. I played
dumb.
that too.
I read it briefly. I thought it was just Dark Magician, but no. The XZs, the fusions, all of them get that attack boost. It's insane.
Oh my god, it's so good. And a lot of people forget too that you also draw a card. Like, that's the first effect on the deck. People forget that you draw a card every time you summon Dark Magician. It's once per turn, but that's still a draw, a 3 draw. I played a 1 of Magician Salvation. It's also one of the new cards for the Megaton. I only play 1 because it's searchable and you don't really want to see too many. You know, I've seen when the new cards come, I see people play it at 2. I still don't know why. I think it's perfect at 1. I think 2 just may be too much because you really don't want to see it. You can always search this for Rod, and it kind of like mills your deck out. I played a 1 of Secret Dark's Magic. This card is very good. You can search this for Rod with Rod, and you can fusion summon on your battle phase. So say if you attack, you swing, and then you can use this to fuse into Dragoon if you have Red Eyes in your hand or a Dragon Effect monster. Or you can go into the Dark Magicians and attack again, and it's just such a good card. And I know you guys didn't see any Dragon Effect monsters, but I do side deck Phantasma. I'm going to show you the side deck after this. I do main Red Eyes Fusion, only 1.
So only 1? 1 at 3?
Yeah, I don't play 3, and I know a lot of people say, a lot of people play it at 3 because like, of course, Dragoon is the Mac Daddy of the deck. Like, you're not going to win, honestly, with this new, the new meta right now, without Dragoon. But I think 1 is fair because if you already use it and you have the other 2 cards are a dead hand, and this is searchable with Verte, so I think 1 is perfect for me. Also, I played a 1 Magical Ice Fusion just in case I do need a second Dragoon, but again, I try not to. Like, I really try not to.
So basically, this deck isn't like a Dragoon Turbo. You can't make them. You'll make them if it's possible, but you're not trying to like turn 1 guarantee see it. Like, it's not a crazy turbo. Okay.
Yeah, so I do the Magical Ice Fusion for that. And then that's it for the spells. And now this is the trap variant. This deck is the control variant of Dark Magician. Of course, the best hand trap in the game. 3 infinite impermanences. Yeah. This card is so good, man. It's so freaking good. The only card that can stop this really is Crossout Designator, or if your opponent has Omni Negates on his field. But other than that, this card's really freaking good, man. Best card in the format. I play 3 Summon Limit, and this is where you start controlling your opponent. This card has won me so many duels, it's crazy. Oh my goodness. This card has won me so many duels. I actually upped it to 3. I used to play it at 2. That had a lot of success just at 2. So if you think 41 cards is too much,
So if you had to cut down to 4.
if I had to cut down to 40, I'd possibly cut down the summon limit to 2.
Okay, 2.
I've had a lot of success at 2, but I just bumped it because just this card, man. Oh my gosh, like I win so many duels with summon limit. Play 2 torrential tributes just for disruption.
So why not 3 torrentials and then 2 summon
Just because I have not a lot of room, and I try to play a lot of troublesome cards because there's some cards I can't torrential tribute can't stop. Torrential tribute is really great against Sword Soul right now. Really great against Flunderees. All the new decks that are coming out, torrential tribute is really great. But people still play Dragoon. Still people play like really troublesome cards, and this is why I play 2 Ice Dragon Prisons.
Ooh.
Ice Dragon Prisons are very great. It's non-targeting banish, and you know this gets rid of troublesome monsters. It really helps clean. So that's why I don't play 3 Torrentials, because the Ice Dragon Prisons really makes up for it. And the other aspect of controlling the game, if you have your summon limit and like your magical circle banishing your opponent's monsters, this card also wins me great amount of duels. A skill drain.
Yeah.
And people play Destined Rivals because it's a newer card, but honestly I don't like it because it only stops the opponent's monsters that are face up on the field. And I don't know, I just don't like it. Skill drain to me is just so much better, and especially if you're already controlling your opponent with summon limit and an Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle. You're not using effects of monsters. You're using effects of spells. It's just removing your opponent's effects, and you're just really controlling the board with these cards right here. It's so detrimental, man. So detrimental. Also, you got to be careful with Torrential Tribute when you have Dark Magician on the field because it does nuke your field. Eternal Soul only protects your opponent's effects. Torrential Tribute will pop your Dark Magician. Just be mindful of that when you do activate it. And then, of course, 2 Eternal Souls. People ask me why I don't play it at 3. I don't play it at 3 because it's recyclable through the deck. Like Soul Servant says I can use deck, graveyard, or hand. So if my Eternal Soul's in the graveyard, I could just take it from my graveyard and put it on my deck. It's very recyclable. It's very researched. I think 3 is too much. So 2 is perfect, and that's the main deck for now. That's 41 cards. I'm going to get into the extra deck. Alright. I play 2 Dragoons. Again, 1 for the Red Eyes Fusion, 1 for the Magical Eyes Fusion if I need it. I try my best not to do 2 Dragoons if I have like Secret Darks and the Magic and I'm trying to use like I don't like to go to like I don't know how to explain it. If I have a good spell control, instead of going into Dragoon, so like say if I have Skill Drain, I would like to go into this guy right here. Dark Magician or Dragon Knight. He is so good, man. He protects your back row, so people that play back row hate. This card protects your back row, and I'd like to go into him if I can. He is really, really great. I play the one of the Dark Magician girl, the Dragon Knight. I play Super Poly if I'm playing against like Dragon Link or some people are dragons. Or I have dragons too in my side deck if I'm playing Phantasme against heavy Link monsters. But she's good too. She comes up sometimes. If you guys have anything better in mind that you think that would work, I'd cut this because this is just really just there for the archetype. It's not really that good of a card. I play 1 the Dark Magicians. Card is really good. It got really expensive out of nowhere for some reason, but it's so good. That's who I go into for my Secrets of Dark Magic if I attack and go on battle phase. He also has an effect. He could draw a card every time a spell or trap card is activated, and I can set it so it could be really good if I draw Skill Drain or draw Torrential Tribute. It's just a really good card because I play a lot of trap cards, and you really want this in there because when you set it on the turn, when you use this effect, you can activate it the same turn that you set it. So it's really, really good. And if you Torrential this effect goes off in a graveyard where you can special summon Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from the graveyard. Really, really good card. So, Super Poly targets, I only have 3. I don't really play too much. Predaplant, He's a really good. He stops fusions, and you always have a dark monster. So he's really, really good against fusion decks. Of course, Starving Venom, really, really great. This is a standard super poly targets. Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Alright, on to the Lynx. Lynx Spider. I played a Lynx Spider because, say I have Dark Magician on the field, and I need him in the graveyard to activate Eternal Soul again. I would link away the Dark Magician, bring him out, activate Eternal Soul to bring out the Dark Magician I just linked, and then trigger the effect of Dark Magical Circle, just to get the banish and then have 2 bodies on the field. The one Predaplant, very self-explanatory. This card is busted. It's now very affordable now. It came out in the gold rare. This is how I make Dragoon very easily. I play 1 IP Masquerena, and I play IP Masquerena for Access Code Talker to keep Access Code Talker for protection. I play the Celine, the Queen. She's really good. She makes Access Code Talker really, really easily. And there you go, the Mac Daddy right here.
Access Code Talker himself.
Huh?
Access Code Talker himself.
Yeah, right there. And I only play 2 XZs. I play the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. People really underestimate this card. He's also live because of the Red Eyes in the graveyard. He can bring out Red Eyes, but his effect is so good. He burns your opponent's burns your opponent's life points for 500 for each monster. Let me slow down. He burns 500 damage for each effect your opponent activates immediately. It's so good, man. People really underestimate that effect, man. It's really, really good. And then I played a 1 Ebon. He's come up a lot too. He's really, really good. And that's it for the extra deck. Going into the side deck.
Remember, everybody, your side deck's gonna be reflective on
Yes.
your locals, wherever the meta is. But Raf's got some spicy little things that he likes to keep no matter what.
Yeah. Really strong against heavy spell cards. Secrets of the Village of the Spellcasters. I know I mentioned it earlier when I was introducing my main deck. I used to main deck this, but then I found problems where, like, it was bricky at times going turn 2, and I was forced to go turn 2 because you want to go turn 1. Like, you have so much trap cards, like, you want to go first. This card is really, really good. It's good against Sky Striker. It's good against Flunderweeze. It's really good against anything that plays heavy spell cards. I also play Back Row Hate, which is 3 Lightning Storms. And 1 Dark Magic Attack. I don't play the Harpy Feathers Duster because this is basically Harpy Feathers Duster for Dark Magician, and it's searchable for Eternal Soul. Like, this card's really, really good. So that's why I don't play, and I don't really play too much Back Row Hate. I only got these 4 cards because, again, Dark Magical Circle is really, really good. This deck alone is really good on Back Row. I played a 3 Phantasmal Dragons against really good like Evil Twin, Sky Strikers again, anything that's heavy on links. This is really good to have to fix your hand. It's a really great card, and it's a dragon effect. It makes your Dragoon live. It also makes the fusion of the Dark Magician to Dragon Knight and the Dark Magician Girl Dragon Knight. So I have them in the extra deck because this card can come in clutch. Like, it really fixes your hand. Play 3 Solomon Judgments. Card is really, really good, but I only side it because sometimes it's very detrimental because Dark Magician's a grind deck and you don't really want to lose your life points that hard, but that's why I side it, but it's still a really, really great option. And then the last 2 is Gozen Match. Gozen Match is really, really strong, man. I really think now in today's format it's going to be really, really good because Sword Soul has different attributes. Flunderweeze, or actually Flunderweeze is just all wind.
Wind and Waters.
Wind and Waters? Yeah, it's really good against those decks, man. It's really good against a lot of decks. So I side this, and once you activate that on those decks, it's pretty much game. But, yep, that's pretty much for this deck profile. I appreciate you guys taking your time to watch this. Hit up my friend Jeff. Yeah, pretty much it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the profile. He'll be back again, guys. For when the support comes out. Any last shout outs?
Yeah. Last shout out would be my friend Claude. Claude, he's a really good friend of mine. Really great duelist. he's stuck in school now, so he really can't duel. Shout out to my friend Jeff here. Yeah. Who else? Philippe. I shout out to Philippe. Philippe's a fiend. Even though he likes to cheat and watches his YouTube channel a lot.
Watch out for Ash deck profile.
Yeah. 16 card extra deck. Yeah, shout out to them, you know. That's it. That's all the shout outs I have.
Alright, man. Until next time.
Alright, until next time.